So this is an altered book that I made last year. Making altered books is my favorite thing in the world. It's what I want to be doing the day I die. But this year I have not really been able to make many altered books because since COVID, I have found it very hard to source charming old books that are right for altering. So let's look at this one from last year, shall we? And I will talk about how I made some of the pages. This is Gladys or Gwyneth, and you can see that it is just an old book. And this is the original cover, and then to that, I added this flower from a reproduction flower book. I love the faux tooling here, the border. On the frontispiece, you can see this is actually where the book came from. Barry Gospel Mission Sunday School Prize, 1921. And there's a little signature here. So this would have been given as a prize in Sunday school. I added a little bit of a scrap of handwritten letter here to make a kind of a rough horizon. This girl is from a book of engravings. There were actually art engravings from the 1860s. And I just love how I actually thought her prayerful demeanor went well with the fact that it goes to a Sunday school prize. On this page, I put down an old invoice, Willie and Co., contractor to Her Majesty's government. And it's typewritten. This is just a border from a field guide to flowers. On top of that, I added a couple of roses and this jaunty young lass who was from a postcard. Over here, I made a little pocket, again from a field guide to flowers. And I've just glued down 3 sides. I rough tore this edge, as I do. And inside of the pocket is a vintage French postcard. And I've altered it by adding a couple of old birds from a Swiss textbook, 1912. And they just go there. This lady was from, I believe, from 1915. It's been a while since I cut that one up. But it was full of beautiful girls with doleful gazes. I gave her some wings. And let's see. This whole layout was done on a ledger page. It says 1892. And so that's from an old ledger, handwritten figures. And on top of that, I added again some handwritten letter that goes all the way across both pages. Here is another pocket. And this was from a book, I think it was like from the 1940s, and it was full of butterflies. And so I just cut, I don't know if you can see there, I just cut the base of the page. And again, glued it here and here, and it makes a terrific little pocket. And this is a French calling card. This page was made, I started off with gesso. I don't know if you can see there, but it's got a lot of texture. And it's called pulled work because what you do is you generous smudge of gesso across both pages, fold it down, and when you open it up, it pulls the gesso and makes patterns throughout. To that, I took a stamp pad and added my color by rubbing into it. This is some echo print that I made from old leaves. And again, I took it all the way across both pages to make one layout. This is, again, these are from a Redoute print, the reproduction, but they're beautiful. And I don't remember, but that is one dramatic bird. This page, I put down some sheet music for interest on this side. Here, I put down an old postcard. It's postmarked 1911. It's got some handwriting and a stamp. And then this group of ladies was in a cabinet photo. And I'm going to go from their costume 1885-ish. Now, this is more from the 20s, maybe the late 20s, I'm going to say, because of their cloche hats and their daringly short hemlines. And then I added some text from, I think this was a child's version, a bridge version of Peter Pan. And so the print was really big, and I was able to make some fun poetry. Found poetry. Well, also fun. This, again, is from that book of art prints from 1867. And they were together in this print. I don't know what's going on. But that's what's great about making altered books, is each page has a story and a narrative, and only the viewer really knows what that is. Although she looks insane. Let's see. Again, I have taken an old handwritten letter that's from 1850. No, it's a legal document. That's why it's on blue paper. And here, just when I started gluing this book together, the spine started to go, which happens a lot in old books. So I mended it sort of by taking a tea bag and putting it all the way across the binding and gluing it and then letting it set. And it's held it together pretty well. And it also made some cool contrast there. So that's tea bag. This is from a party napkin, just a paper napkin. My sister gave me a box of these. I think they cost 30 cents for a bunch of them. And the thing about paper napkins is once you glue them onto a page, they pretty much go translucent. You can really see right through them so that it's very subtle, but you can still see the letters from the original page underneath. And then I thought it needed a little oomph, so I added some embossed stamping there with some embossing powders in peacock colors. Let's see. These are from a book by John Ruskin. He was a terrible person, but a great writer, and these are some drawings he made in Venice, I think. And so I love how dramatic these are. These are the originals from, well, the book's an original from 1885-ish. And then I added this lady and this owl. She's got a little letter there. So again, tell me a story. This is a good example, a good way to show you what sometimes happens to the bindings. It has not really gone bust, but it is distressed. But it's held together, so I didn't want to add too much in the middle there. I've just left it. And that is the nature of the altered book. It's part of what it is. Finally, another invoice. And to that, I've just added a fragment of a letter, some bird's eggs, which always make good embellishment. And he is also from that textbook from 1912. And I don't know, I got punchy and added a little bit of wax here. I guess I already had my encaustic going for something else, and I just thought I'd go for it. So there you have it. If you'd like to see more photos or read more about this particular altered book, there's a link in the text below. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and like this video. Leave me a comment. And I also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to on my website. So thanks very much. Now go make something.